There's a moment in life when you suddenly realize that the way you've been fighting is not the way you're meant to win. A moment when you recognize that you're exhausted, not because you're weak, but because you have been battling the wrong enemy. And when it comes to our bodies, our weight, our energy, our confidence, our health, many of us have been fighting shadows, counting calories, punishing ourselves, starving, restricting, believing that misery is the price of transformation. But let me start with a question, one that I want you to sit with not casually, but deeply, personally, honestly. What if losing weight fast had nothing to do with counting calories and everything to do with unlocking the healing systems already built inside your body? People don't ask this question. Instead, they ask, what should I avoid? What should I cut? What should I fear? Never. What should I nourish? What should I strengthen? What is my body capable of when I finally stop working against it? This speech is about that shift, the shift from battling your body to partnering with it, the shift from punishment to empowerment, from confusion to clarity. Weight loss, real, sustainable, empowering weight loss, is not about restriction. It is about awakening the biological power within you. And that brings us to the core of today's message. Your body is not your enemy. Your body is your greatest ally. And the fastest way to lose weight is to give your body what it needs to heal itself. To explore this truth, we will journey through 3 key ideas, 3 pillars that can transform your perspective, your habits, your health, and your life. Your body is wired to burn fat naturally. When you stop sabotaging its instincts, food is not the villain. Food is the most powerful medicine for weight loss. Transformation begins not with discipline, but with identity. When you redefine who you are and what your health means to you. Let's begin. KONT1, your body is wired to burn fat naturally. A few years ago, I met a man who had tried every diet imaginable: keto, fasting, low-carb fat detoxes, powdered meal shakes. He told me something I'll never forget. I don't eat like a king. I eat like a bird, yet I gain weight like an elephant. Maybe you've felt that way. Maybe you've looked at someone who eats twice your calories and thought, how are they losing weight while I'm struggling? And so you blame yourself. You think you lack discipline. You think your genetics are broken. You think your metabolism is slow because that's just how you are. But here's the truth. Your body was designed to burn fat from birth, instinctively, effortlessly. Inside you are systems that work every minute of your life, systems that regulate energy, systems that control hunger, systems that dissolve fat when activated. Dr. William Lick calls them the body's defense systems, healing pathways built into our biology: angiogenesis, which controls the growth of blood vessels; regeneration, which repairs our tissues; the microbiome, which communicates with metabolism; immune defense, which influences inflammation and energy storage; DNA protection, which determines how cells function and age. These are not abstract concepts. They directly influence weight every day. But here is the problem: modern living silences these systems. Ultra-processed foods shut them down. Chronic stress weakens them. Sleep deprivation distorts them. Erratic eating patterns confuse them. Then calorie counting arrives like a bad therapist and tells you the problem is you. You're eating too much. You're lazy. You lack willpower. But what if the problem is not you? What if the problem is that you've been following rules that were never designed for human biology? Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that calorie-restricted diets make you hungrier, more irritable, more tired? That's not failure. That's survival mode. Your body is trying to save you. When you restrict calories, your metabolism slows down, not to punish you, but to protect you. It's saying, food is scarce. Conserve energy. Store fat. Calorie cutting activates your fat storage system, not your fat burning system. So the more you starve yourself, the harder your body fights to hold on to every ounce of fat. This is why, when you finally break your diet, the moment you eat something normal, your body rushes to store it. Not because you're weak, not because you failed, because your body was doing its job. So the first truth is this: your body is not against you. It is protecting you. But protection is not what you need. Activation is, awakening is, alignment is. And that brings us to the second pillar, the one that changes everything. KOINT2, food is not the villain. Food is the medicine. There is a story Dr. Lee tells about a patient who said, "Doctor, tell me what not to eat." And Dr. Lee responded, "Why don't we start with what you should eat? This is the shift the world needs. We have lived too long under the tyranny of don't. Don't eat this. Don't eat after this time. Don't exceed this number. Don't. But what if weight loss isn't about subtracting life, but adding to it? What if certain foods can heal the metabolism? What if you can eat more and weigh less? What if you can enjoy eating and still lose weight faster than ever? Science tells us something deeply liberating. The right foods activate your body's fat-burning systems, not slowly, not subtly, but powerfully, measurably, quickly. Let me paint a picture. Imagine a switch inside your body, a metabolic switch. For many people, that switch has been dimmed by stress, chemical additives, processed sugars, and manufactured oils. But now imagine flipping that switch back on. Not with pills, not with restrictions, but with food. Foods like green tea extra, virgin olive oil, berries, nuts, leafy greens, tomatoes, seaweed, mushrooms, whole grains, lentils, spices like turmeric, cinnamon, and cloves. These foods do not help weight loss. They activate weight loss. Green tea ignites brown fat, the fat that burns calories. Tomatoes regulate angiogenesis, preventing excess fat from receiving blood supply. Olive oil improves metabolic signaling. Berries enhance the microbiome, influencing appetite and fat storage. Spices reduce inflammation, allowing the body to release stored fat. When you eat these foods consistently, something incredible happens. Your body starts healing from the inside out. Inflammation drops, hunger hormones balance, fat-burning pathways turn on, your energy rises, your cravings shrink, and weight loss stops being a fight, because now your biology is fighting for you, not against you. This is the moment people experience what feels like effortless transformation. But it's not magic. It's alignment with nature. It's cooperation with biology. So the second truth is this: food is not the enemy. The wrong food is. The right food is your medicine, your fuel, your strategy, your breakthrough. And once you start nourishing your body, something profound begins to unfold, not just physically, but mentally. KE, Pi and T3, transformation begins with identity. Let me ask you a question. When you think about weight loss, do you think about a goal or an identity? Most people say, I want to lose 20 pounds. But ask them, who do you want to become? They fall silent because they've never connected weight loss with identity change. But identity is the engine of transformation. Your biology responds to your beliefs. Your habits follow your identity. Your actions reflect your self-image. If you see yourself as someone who struggles with weight, your brain seeks habits that match that identity. If you see yourself as someone who loves food too much, your mind reinforces cravings. If you see yourself as someone destined to be overweight because of genetics, you unconsciously create patterns that fulfill that prophecy. But imagine shifting your identity, not in theory, but in truth. What if you began to believe, I am someone who honors my body. I am someone whose body is healing. I am someone designed for strength, vitality, and energy. I am someone who treats food as fuel, not escape. I am someone who transforms. Because when your identity changes, your choices change automatically. Let me share something personal. There was a time in my life when I felt constantly tired, not just physically, but emotionally. I felt heavy in ways I couldn't explain. My schedule was chaotic. My eating patterns were inconsistent. I kept saying, I'm just busy. I'll fix it later. But one day I realized something painful. My identity had quietly shifted from a person who values health to a person who survives each day. And survival mode is dangerous. In survival mode, you don't choose what's good for you. You choose what's convenient. You don't choose what energizes you. You choose what numbs you. You don't choose what helps you. You choose what distracts you. I shifted when I changed one sentence in my identity. My health is not negotiable. Everything changed. Not because I forced discipline, but because my identity created alignment. And this is what I want for you. Weight loss is not a punishment. It is not deprivation. It is not a war. It is the process of returning to who you were always meant to be. A person with energy, a person with clarity, a person with confidence, a person who moves freely, a person who lives fully, because your body wants to heal. Your biology wants to support you. Your natural state is not exhaustion or weight gain. Your natural state is balance. The moment you step into the identity of someone who nourishes their body, your habits shift. Your cravings change, your energy rises, your weight begins to fall, not slowly, not painfully, but naturally and consistently. Identity is the foundation on which transformation is built. CLCNG, TEKLTOA CTI1. So here we are at the turning point, 3 truths, 3 pillars, 3 invitations. Your body is not your enemy. It is your ally. Food is not the villain. It is the medicine that activates fat burning. Transformation begins with identity. Become the person your goals demand. But now comes the real question, the question only you can answer. Are you ready to stop fighting your body and start partnering with it? Because change doesn't begin tomorrow. It doesn't begin after the next meal. It doesn't begin when life gets easier. Change begins the moment you decide you deserve transformation, the moment you decide that your health, your energy, your life are worth honoring. So today, right now, make a choice not to deprive yourself, not to punish yourself, not to starve yourself, but to activate yourself, to nourish yourself, to support your biology, to feed your healing, to trust your body again. Because if you take one step today, just one, your body will meet you halfway with 1,000 steps of its own. You are not alone in this. Your body wants this transformation just as much as your heart does. And together, mind, body, identity, you will win. So stand tall, take a deep breath, and begin, because the fastest, most powerful weight loss method on earth is already inside you. It has been waiting, and today you finally answer. Your body wants to heal you. Your body wants to transform you. Your body wants you to thrive. Give it the chance. Start now.